I love this is on recording. We'll hit up this theme. All right. Welcome in. Welcome in. Colin, we've got you on the mic right before the grand finals of this first season of the Pokemon Draft. Definitely that wasn't a beta. You're up against the surprising champs right now. It's you and him right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how are you feeling coming into this match other than nervous?
Um, I think I built the best I could, given the options available to me. I mean, I looked at his team for a long while. He's got a lot of better speed teams than I do. So, I don't know. I came up simultaneously with counters so that I can get up better speed. Um, but also I made my peace with using some of the mons built a little bit slower.
Okay.
With more bulk, hoping to make the difference that counts there.
Okay, I had to adjust the audio a little bit, but yeah, I got that. What do you think are his biggest threats on his team?
Oh God.
Because it kind of feels like you've seen most of the cats he has in the bag, but at the same time, he's got a few oddballs and a few mons that just don't actually care if you know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, so like Celebi was kind of hard to plan around just because it's such a good pivot mon into my team, I feel like.
Right.
So I paid special attention to that. He's got a lot of rock and ground types, which is not terrible for me because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was up last night doing calcs and whatever. I got a Vileplume, which when built defensively kind of just eats all of that.
True.
Just eats that shit up. Same thing with Gastrodon. So I've got good defensive pivots in this matchup.
Okay. What do you think he's gonna be bringing to this fight? That'd be an interesting guess here.
I mean, there's no way he doesn't bring Tyranitar. The man built a sand team, right? If he doesn't bring Tyranitar, I would be shocked. Genuinely.
Okay.
And if you're bringing Tyranitar, you're bringing Excadrill. Because he's good. He's got decent defenses. He hits hard. Double speed and sand. Just a very decent mon all around. I could see him bringing Miss Magius just if he's worried I'm going to bring Apom and do Apom shenanigans. Or Ambipom, excuse me.
Just Apom.
No, just Apom, right? Yeah. I have made contingency plans around him conceptually bringing Quagsire. I'm worried about that. You know? So,
yeah, you had a good experience last time with Quagsire.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have a repeat of that. Yeah. But I think Houndoom, unironically, is extremely decent into my team, which is a problem. But
did you end up going back to your last match and reviewing it?
Yeah. I definitely was like, okay, what do I need here? What counters did I need here? What moves did I need here? Whatever. I'm not ashamed to say the template for my set this time around is I just started with the old set. I made a copy of it in Showdown, and then was like, all right, let's tweak it from here. You know what I mean? Let's add some additions.
He's got a few new friends since then, but yeah, we'll see how it plays out.
If he brings Ditto, that's such a Hail Mary play. But I could see him bringing Ditto because he hasn't brought it yet. You know what I mean?
True.
They definitely do numbers into me. That's a good answer to. If I run any kind of build up, that's a great answer to that. You know, so I'm definitely was thinking about that during team building. That limits to some extent what my options are, just because I don't want them to Listen, I don't want to set up like 3 calm mines, and he shows up with Ditto and goes, "Thanks for the calm mines."
All right,
That would be
all
a
right.
problem.
Are you revealing your mega there? Is that what we're implying right now?
I could be running non-Mega Latias. I'm not revealing anything.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're not gonna hear this till afterwards, so it
Yeah.
is what it is.
If we're not going to hear this till afterwards, yeah, you know what? Just for you, Gary, I'll reveal it. I'll reveal it for the people. Um, I'm definitely still running Mega Gyarados. It just has better options.
Okay. Okay. I can't give too much of my impressions on this because it would skew things possibly or
Yeah,
overconfident. Give
I already,
overconfidence, but yeah.
I already mentioned I discussed this with you earlier. We have a gentleman's agreement. Neither one of us sought any outside help or assistance on
True.
team building this week. We decided it was going to be him versus me, just straight out. May the best man win. Let's let the tournament come to a head at this final junction. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
It's come a long
I
way.
think Ramingle is going to continue to do work. That Vileplume is the goat. He comes in clutch when I need him to.
All right. Well, I think that covers most of this. I guess if you want to say any closing thoughts or any secret strats you might have to look out for, I think that could be fun too, if they actually happen.
I'm really worried. I specifically didn't this time bring a Sun team because I found out the hard way that if I bring Vileplume in the Sun with Chlorophyll max speed, I'm still slower than Mega Houndoom. So it just doesn't make sense to do that. But that sucks, you know? That's terrible. I wish Vileplume was a little bit faster. Wish Vileplume got growth in this generation. You know it doesn't get growth in Gen 6? That's wild.
That's pretty garbage.
I'd be so much better if it got growth.
True. Mini Venusaur.
I guess I'll just take the last one with the interview to big shout out to Peng first and foremost for believing in me, believing in my potential as a competitor. That was huge. Big shout outs, of course, must go out to our boy Hei'yu, our boy Remy.
Yep.
Really, the goated support team I needed to get this far in this tournament.
Yeah, he's been on top of it. Unfortunately, it's hard to say how much of it held himself back, but from making it to finals. But he's been good to everybody along the way. I think he just enjoys seeing draft in general, whether he's in it or not.
Truly.
So, a true fan.
And then a final shout out, I guess, to longtime best friend opponent Keldar, who's coming up for an interview next at some point. I'm so glad to meet him in the finals, and if I could have things my way, we would. I would love for us to both walk out of here champions, but that's just not how the game works, unfortunately.
True. There must be a blood war.
But yeah, I don't know. It's not the team I built's not going to get better than the team I built. Whether this is overcooked or not, I don't know, and I guess we'll find out.
All right, sounds good, man. Thanks for hopping on here with us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Best of luck, man.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody, to our final match review. We have the finale of the Pokemon Draft League Skeela Squad Draft League hosted by Hei'yu. Shoutouts to him for bringing this back once again. We have our 2 final matches. We have Tempestine versus Peng, and then our final match for first place, which was Colin versus Casey Blazekins, aka Keldar. We have our match cards right here. Let me make sure I post the right one first. There we go. That is a black screen. There we go. So up first, we've got Peng versus CJ, aka Vicious Volcaronas, versus Detroit Delibirds. One of these days, I'll just start saying the names. Actually, JK, it's the final, so I guess I will never. Alright, so today we have Peng bringing Moltres, Hoopa and Bound, Mawile, Sock, Kirim, and Suicune. And then on Volcarona's team, we have Zapdos, Kirim Black, Sableye, Armaldo, Tornadus, and Milotic. So we'll have to get right into this match for sure. This one is interesting. Might be even more nerve-wracking than the other, because the winner of this is going home with at least $50 and the badge saying that they got third in the tournament. So I'd say that's pretty intimidating. One of these players has come all this way to leave with nothing, and it will be quite the heartbreaking result for either of these two players that have worked so hard to get here. So we have Peng's theme playing once again with the better differential here, and we'll get right into the match. Here we go. We got a Zapdos lead with Kenjutsu crossing the Sock, using Toxic right off the bat. Volt Switch breaking that Sturdy. I believe we are not on slow, are we? You know, we'll ride it out, we'll see. I don't think we are. Stealth Rock coming out from Armaldo. We see the Suicune setting up Calm Mind. Zapdos taking a little bit of shit from Poison as the Thunderbolt comes out, getting the Parahacks on the Suicune super early. See a Scald taking Zapdos under half. Gonna have to roost at some point as that Toxic builds up. We see both the Kirims coming out against each other. We see an Earth Power from Kirim Black as a Draco comes in and takes out Kirim Black here. See bulk up Tornadus versus this Kirim hitting Roost right in front of it. Was not afraid of that superpower at all. See Suicune coming in, likely for a sack. As this Tornadus is sitting here right now at a +1 after the superpower. See Armaldo come in on the Moltres. Not really the safest switch, but Moltres had to heal eventually. As we see a Hurricane Mist finally from this thing. 2 Rock Blasts, not quite getting that third one. But we see him clean it up with the knockoff, burning himself. A very odd choice right there. See Mawile coming in right afterwards. Maybe he expected Moltres to switch out there, but did not work in his favor whatsoever. We see Peng getting up free rocks here. And then his Sableye just dies. Okay, sacking Sableye to an Iron Head. Not sure what that was about. If he was gonna Swords Dance, it would have been a little earlier. We see this Milotic taking 75% of its health to a hit from this Mawile. As we see Hoopa setting up the substitute, not quite bulky enough to take a Scald from Milotic without it breaking. Thunderbolt Hoopa, that's a new one for me. But taking him all the way down to 1, and he's paralyzed. Not going to be able to get a recover off as he goes for a Scald once again, not getting a burn. And CJ is far in the disadvantage here. As you see a bulk up come out from this Tornadus. And he's just going down. This is it. Oh, but he does clean up a kill with the Zapdos. If it happened a little bit sooner, this could have been something. Baiting out, or not baiting out, but checking the waters with what this Sock's gonna do as we just died to rocks. So that is the match. Peng leaves at 3rd place with Tempest leaving at 4th. Good run, my man. Congratulations to Peng on this match for sure. I'm glad he ended up getting something after his insane pools run of 7-0. So I'm glad he came out with something on top. Props to the man. Alright, that happened pretty quick. Let me see if I was on normal speed. I know, kind of unorthodox. I was on slow. That felt really fast. We have Casey Blazekins versus San Francisco Shuckles for our grand finale. Let me have music playing whatsoever. Here we go. So we've got our finalists right here. We've got Casey Blazekins bringing Tyranitar, Celebi, Ditto, Garchomp, Escadrille, and Mismagius versus San Francisco Shuckles with the Talonflame, Gyarados, Ambipom, Latias, Gastrodon, and Vileplume for our final match. We did review this one live already earlier in the week, but for those who have not been here, we will go over it once again as if it hasn't happened. So here we go, once again, going into this final match of the Draft League. $300 goes to first place, and $150 goes to second. Let's see what happens here. Here we go. Vileplume starting off, we see Garchomp switching out immediately, switching in the Ditto to grab that immunity from Stun Spore. Swagger coming out from the Ditto onto the Vileplume as Swagger goes onto the Ditto as well. We see them both switch out, not trying to mess with that Swagger damage. We see Talonflame getting up his Tailwind here as Tyranitar is switching back right into the match, heading up against this Talonflame, able to take anything it would go for. Tailwind obviously catching him off guard here. We see the Dragon Dance come out from the Tyranitar here. And this is one of the misplays, in my opinion, that happened. We see a Giga Drain from Colin. When the live match happened, Keldar posted the whole set from what this Vileplume had, and we saw Drain Punch. He went for Giga Drain instead of Drain Punch that first time, and it did end up mattering here. But here we are, switching out the Vileplume, wanting to save it for later. We lose the Gastrodon super early. Talonflame comes in as he switches into his Garchomp, taking that Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet damage. As we get the Tailwind back up, as this Garchomp decides not to hit it, it goes for that that later kill with the rocks. As we see the opponent Ditto come in and take the Will-O-Wisp from him as he U-turns out. Latias coming in against this Mismagius, or the Mismagius coming in on the Latias, rather. As we see Ambipom come in, take this Dazzling Gleam, 44%. That is not that bad for Ambipom's defenses. We see knockoff happen on this Garchomp. We lose its Rocky Helmet. As he switches into Ditto here. Could have possibly cleaned up a kill or got some big damage here, but decides to go for the Ambipom, has that that switch option with that U-turn. As we see Bianca also going for the Tailwind into Ice Beam on this. Wanting to sack off the Latias here, he gets a crit in the process on this Mismagius. Talonflame comes in. Garchomp once again being the check for it, as it takes a bunch of damage from Recoil and Rough Skin here, once again. And we see Garchomp living on one here, probably a roll situation. As we see the Tyranitar come in, guaranteeing that this Talonflame goes down this turn. But Colin did a good play there by getting the Tailwind up, so he didn't really waste any turns there. We see the Waterfall come out from the Gyarados here. And the Crunch, cleaning up 2 kills, as Casey is stalling out Tailwind. And we see the Waterfall on Escadrille, but he lives, but he gets flinched. Now, unfortunately, that Tailwind is gone, and Colin did not Mega Evolve, so he gets Rock Slide here. maybe he wasn't keeping track of the tailwind turns. It was there. Not really sure on that what that play was. We see the low kick on the Garchomp, able to kill it and lives with the rock after Rough Skin. But the Ditto comes in and cleans up that kill as we are left with a Vileplume to end it off. Congratulations to Keldar, our Gen 6 Draft League champion. Massive W, came all the way back. Wasn't that confident at the beginning of with his team, but he got well accustomed, made some trades. All of his trades kind of paid off very well, and definitely a deserved victory with a lot of hard work put into it. Congrats to all of our competitors that made it this far for sure. All right, thanks for joining us. I'm signing out once more. I'm N64 Gary, and it's been an honor commentating these sets and being a big part of the graphics and such for the event. So, until next time, guys. I have made one final graphic for our champion. Alrighty, we're right here back with Casey Blazekins, aka Keldar, for our final match between him and Colin. A fight between best friends. I don't know, how are you feeling about this match, man?
Like, weirdly the highest stakes, but also the lowest stakes, because, you know, like, me and him were kind of in the same group the whole time, so, like, if either of us win, it kind of feels like, you know, we both did it together, but it's also like, man, gotta take him out at the end, can't hold back.
True. Can't be two winners here. We don't play those preschool games.
Yeah, no participation trophy.
Yeah. Maybe you'll get an achievement.
What is it? Trip at the finish line?
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. So what are you thinking? What are you thinking with this team? This matchup?
Oh, I got basically Tyranitar feels awesome, right? Celebi feels awesome, and Ditto honestly feels pretty good too. Everything else on my team, I'm like Quagsire feels okay, but it's also like free setup food. True. A little bit, which like kind of gets countered by Ditto, but like
had a also fun with that last time.
I fucked him so bad with Quagsire last time that like there's no way he's not prepping for it this time, right? So like I almost don't want to bring it because like I just have a feeling he's gonna like spec Hidden Power Grass and Grass Knot on like 3 of his Pokemon just to cover for it.
That's fair.
Because objectively, it is very good into his team if I don't think he's doing it. But, like, I'm also a little worried about Vileplume. Like, not like really, but, like, a little.
It is a Vileplume.
It is just a Vileplume, so it's kind of like mixed bag there. But obviously, Quagsire does not do that much to it.
Correct.
I brought this against him last time, but it just feels really freaking good, and that's, Rocky Helmet Rough-Skin Garchomp.
Okay.
Just feels awesome. It kind of just like eats up. It's like, oh, Ambipom attacked me. Cool, it lost half its health.
True.
And it can live an Ice Punch, so win-win. And if he especially doesn't see it come, he can actually specifically live a Fake Out into a Ice Punch if he's at full health, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking of leading it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm thinking Mega Tyranitar because I found out that if I do a plus speed nature, Mega Tyranitar, I don't have to be fully invested in speed, but if I do plus speed nature and Mega Tyranitar, I can outspeed Ambipom and just kill it.
That's
which
pretty
is awesome. I didn't know it could do that. My original plan was to just do Mega Houndoom and just have a really annoying, like, nasty plot Mega Houndoom, but I honestly, like, my problem with Mega Tyranitar is that he's got 2 Intimidators. But if I can... And honestly, Gyarados is less of a problem, because I think Tyranitar typically wins that 1v1, because my guy is a bit bulkier than his. And so if I'm at neutral, but I have a plus speed boost, then I'll be faster than him. And so if I can get a little bit set up before him, then I win. And if he gets set up before me, I have Ditto. So it's kind of like pick your poison there.
Okay. So you're still thinking like a sand team situation
Yeah.
for the most part?
I mean, it's not really going to rely on sand that much. I mean, I'm bringing Excadrill, but I'm having it be speedy enough to just, like, Oko, like, Heatran if he brings it, or any of the slower mons. It's mostly there for Rapid Spin, just in case Shuckle's brought. I was thinking about Fortress, but Fortress just felt a little too... I honestly, I have a team with Fortress and a team with Excadrill, and I'm just not sure. Excadrill just feels a little bit better, just because it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, it can't just like hit something, while like Fortress can't. Not very well, anyway.
Yeah.
And then I'm rounding it out with the really bad Scarf Landers. That's
what would that be?
specifically. It just every single time I brought Scarf Landers, it just dies.
Yeah.
Nothing against it, like it just like I don't know. I need just another pivot mon really.
Okay.
I don't know. I could swap it out for something. Basically, I have Scarf Landorus or Scarf Mismagus doing the same thing, just outspeeding stuff. Mismagus is just a little bit more trickery. Like, I think it's like running Trick and Will-O-Wisp and stuff. So it's like basically it can just Scarf outspeed any of his physical attackers and burn it, except Ambipom. Well, I guess it can still outspeed and burn Ambipom, but Ambipom will just kill it anyway. And I don't want to risk. But I like Mismagus because it stops him from rapid spinning with Hitmontop.
True.
It makes it really awkward. And if he doesn't bring Heatran, then I can kind of Will-O-Wisp for free. And I don't think he'd bring Heatran because, like, it's kind of garbage. And to me, it's just so bad. Even with, like, I was doing calcs even with, like, a Shuka Berry on it. It was just dying regardless. And then, like, you can do Air Balloon too, but, like, it was really easy to, like, pop it with one attack, kill it with the next, because also Heatran isn't strong enough to kill, like, one-shot my bulky boys.
Right.
So, it was just kind of a mixed bag there.
Okay. You got any
And,
tricks
like,
up your sleeve you want to reveal, and then see if they come to fruition afterwards?
Basically, I have a, like, it's not like a full trick. I think my biggest things would be probably like trick on Mismagus to like scarf something he doesn't want scarfed, but also I think Celebi is like a Heal Bell Leech Seed set, basically there to make sure Mega Tyranitar works. I won't get burned, I can switch it out and heal it again, and basically just like get a Leech Seed off, you turn out, Mega Tyranitar kill him.
Right. Celebi
'Cause
doing
if I can
Celebi
get-
things.
Yeah, and then it's got Leaf Storm for that fucking Gastrodon.
Alrighty. Yeah, that is definitely one of the threats for you. Which mons do you think are you the most worried about?
Gastrodon and Gyarados.
That's very fair.
And Ambipom. A little bit. Like, Ambipom, I think it probably just kills one of my Pokemon. Like, I don't know if I can avoid that. It's just making sure he doesn't kill anything too valuable.
Gotcha.
It like, certainly, like, dies in the process, but, like, it's gonna... I think it depends on how good my defensive switches are. Fortress kinda helps with that, but, like... I mean, I could bring Excadrill and Fortress.
Uh-oh. We're second guessing last second.
Oh. How'd that look? Honestly, that wouldn't be terrible. But, like, Latios is just big and bulky and kind of annoying, so, like, it's not a non-threat, but, like, I feel like Tyranitar just gets to come in and, like, kill it. Or it's like, or you have to switch, which means I get a Dragon Dance off for free. So, either way.
Very true, very true.
The thing is, like, I just need to kill Hitmontop. I think if I can kill Hitmontop, my Tyranitar wins. So that's really the goal. That's why I have Landorus over Fortress. That's why I have Landorus over Mismagus right now. I might switch back to Mismagus. I'm still not certain. between the two teams. But Landers just with a psychic sheer force scarf psychic just like kills Hitmontop.
Yeah. Well, I think that about covers everything for this match. I wish you both luck. It would be cool to see the two-time champion. At the same time, I got to root for my boy Colin. But yeah, this
Absolutely.
is a lot riding on this one match.
100%.
Any closing thoughts before we wrap up the interview? We got like the.
Oh, I'm
the matches
probably
like
gonna
in
get
an
my
hour.
ass kicked, but it'll be fun.
Hell yeah. Well, all right, I think that closes it out for now, and I think we have the match in an hour, like I was saying, and we'll see the result of all of this. Thanks for joining us, and we will probably send this out shortly after the match review on Monday. So,
All right, thank you.
yep, thanks for stopping in.